When you do place an order in my online store, you earn a B for every $35 in product purchased. And when you've earned 10 Bs, you're going to receive $35 in free product. I'll send you an email at the end of the month to let you know that your card is full and you're welcome to redeem it. And then you can select what it is you would like to get. All right, so keep that in mind. Now, if you're shopping and you spend $35, I'm also going to send you this tutorial. This is the September tutorial. It has 16 ideas in this tutorial, and they're all about the mini catalog and the bundles in the mini catalog, okay? So these are some awesome projects that you don't want to miss out on. And this is for the month of September, all right? Now we get to measurements. So our first card this evening is going to be this card right here. And I'm going to take a few minutes now and I'm going to let you get a screenshot of the measurements, or you can take a photo. And then I'm going to take a sip of water, and you might want to grab something to drink as well. And also let me know if you have any questions about any of the promotions, okay? Okay, well, I think we're ready to get started. So I'm going to move this aside. And this is stuck to my cardstock there. Hopefully everybody got those measurements. Okay, and we're going to start with the Stampin' Trimmer. And I'm going to show you how to create or how to cut a square card, okay? I love making this size card because it's not intimidating. So here we go. We've got an 8.5 inch by 11 inch sheet of cardstock. I'm going to grab my measurements in case I need to refer to them. Now, along this 8.5 inch side, I am going to score at 4 1/4, which is half of this paper. Thank you, Melissa. I'm so glad you like it. Good to have you tonight. This card actually is from the mini catalog. So it's a sample in there. Okay, so we've done our score line, okay? And so now I'm going to open this up. And I actually might need to open, I don't need to open it up. But we're gonna cut at 4 1/4, okay? So I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. There's my 4 inch mark. So here's 4, and this is 4 1/4 right there, okay? And so that's actually where I'm going to cut. So 4 1/4, and I can actually get 2 of these cards out of one sheet of cardstock, and this is very vanilla, okay? And so this becomes my square card. So it's super easy to create a square card with just a little bit of paper waste. This is what's left over, which will be a great scrap piece of paper. So very, very little waste. Okay. Now the next piece, let me find my supplies. And by the way, I usually start with this, and I don't know what happened to me, but we are working with the beautiful autumn bundle again this evening, and we're working with the Gilded Autumn Suite, okay? So we're going to be stamping, and we're going to use this stamp set to do it. And then we're going to use, let me show you, the coordinating punches, okay? And this is the Autumn punch pack, all right? And you can bundle with the stamp set and save 10%. Okay, so let's see. Let's get our next piece of paper out. Now this is one of our designer papers. And if you flip it over, you have the pumpkins on the other side. Well, I love this side because it's speckled and it reminds me of fall, and it makes a really great background paper. So this is the side we're going to use, and this measures 4 inches by 4 inches. All right, so perfect little square. I'm gonna use my Stampin' Seal. I'm gonna flip over that designer paper so that I can get my seal on here. All right. And now this is where I'm going to center this. About right there. And I think that will do it. Okay, so you ladies let me know if you have any questions regarding the suite or this card, okay? Now the next piece that you're going to want is a piece of Very Vanilla. So let's measure this one. This is gonna measure 3 7/8. So it's about 1/8 of an inch smaller than the designer paper. Of course, it is square, and so again, 3 7/8, okay? And then I actually like to pop up this piece. I've already taken the time to cut out the circle. See which one I used. I used that one right there. This is layering circles. These dies are in the annual catalog in the back of the book, and we've had these for quite some time, and I use them constantly. They are a staple. All right, so I'm going to give you the diameter of the circle just so you can figure out which one it is. And this circle is approximately 2 5/8. All right, so that's about the size circle that you're looking for. You could do smaller, and you could probably do a little larger, so it doesn't have to be that one, okay? Now, when I created the original card, I actually put this right on top. You could assemble this card first with the leaves and acorns and then attach, all right? But we'll go ahead, I'm gonna do it the same way. I didn't have any issues before, and so we're just gonna do the same thing, all right? So we're gonna pop this layer up. You wanna make sure you get that circle cut before putting your dimensionals on and popping this up, okay? And one more, and I'm gonna let it open like this, okay? And by the way, this is gonna go home with someone tonight. Someone is going to be winning this. All right, let me see if I can get that a little bit straighter. Okay, so that's what it's going to look like at this point, okay? Now, a few options for you with the leaves and the acorns, okay? The first option is to stamp the leaves and the acorns, okay? So I will go ahead, I'm going to, let's see, let me grab my mint macaron. I'm going to show you how easy this is to stamp and punch out. There's the mint macaron leaf in the outline. And then I'm going to ink this again in mint macaron. This is the solid image. I'm going to stamp off so that the ink is not too heavy. And then I've stamped the leaf, okay? So that's one of them. Now the maple leaf, we're going to do the same sort of thing. And I'm using the scrap paper that was left over from cutting the card base. This is the solid image for the maple leaf. I'm going to stamp off again. I really like those veins to show. All right, it stamps beautifully. And then the acorn. All right. So the acorn I'm going to do in early espresso. You could do it in soft suede. It would look just as nice. So that's another ink option for you. All right. Now you can also stamp the top of this acorn if you want. There is another solid image in the stamp set where you're able to stamp right on top of the acorn, okay? And I'm going to move these little stamps out of the way. Now they're easy to punch. I love punches. Whenever I see a stamp set with a punch, I like to use it. Okay, so there's the acorn. And then the maple leaf. And now we'll do the oak leaf. Okay, so that is all three. Now, here's something really, really cool that I'm going to show you. Instead of stamping your leaves and your acorn, thank you, Mary Jo, you can also punch them out, ladies. How cool is that? So I can take the acorn punch and let's see, I can insert it into the designer paper. Look at that, and punch it out. So instead of stamping, I also have the option of punching out the designer paper. It works for both of the leaves as well. How cool is that? Now, let's take it one step farther. Here's another sheet of designer paper. This is the gold and the copper foil. And you can actually punch these out as well. They are the same sizes as the punches. So how awesome is that? Now, let's kick it up another notch. We didn't talk about this last week. You can also color your designer paper. This is the same piece of paper right here, and I've colored it this time. So this is another option for you. You can color these and punch them out. How cool is that? Also, there's another sheet of designer paper, and I did color this one as well. So you can use your Stampin' Blends to color your designer paper, all right? I apologize for that. Okay, well, let's move on, okay, because we have lots to do this evening. Now, when I'm working on different projects, I like to stamp extra pieces, okay? So what I've done is I've got my extra acorns in a bag. Hey, Karen, welcome. And then I've got my oak leaves in a separate bag. And then I've got my maple leaves in a separate bag, okay? And what I do is, when I'm not using these pieces, I store them inside the stamp set, okay? So that's just a little organizational tip for you tonight. You know, when you're stamping some leaves, stamp a bunch, and then you've got them for your next card project, okay? All right. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're actually going to assemble this card. And I've got all my little pieces and parts here. And you can use glue dots. Glue dots would work great going all the way around. You could also use some Tombow glue. And I think I did a combination of both when I made this card just a couple of weeks ago. So I think I'm going to do the Tombow. So I'm going to try that, and I'm putting just a little bit of light glue around here, and I'm going to put about that much. So it's not a lot, but it's going to get me started, and it's going to help me attach these leaves, okay? So I'm starting with the Cajun Craze Maple, and then I'm going to add the oak leaf, okay? Now, what you want to keep in mind is you're going to be tucking leaves under each other, and acorns as well. And with the glue, they're easy for us to reposition them if we need to. Okay, so now I'm going to add this acorn leaf, and I'll just kind of tuck that one there. All right, and I'm going to get my Take Your Pick tool. Yes, I am back, Melissa. I have no idea what that was, but you know, everybody is online now, so I guess that has something to do with it. Okay, so I'm going to get out a few maple leaves. I'll count later and let you know how many we used of each one in case you want to create this project. All right, so you can see what I'm doing. Whoops. I'm going to tuck that back under. Okay, so there's that one right there. So I'm just kind of tucking them under each other. Now I'm going to add another acorn. It's kind of like a little puzzle. And I'm going to put that acorn about right there. Okay, so that's what I've done so far. So I would suggest doing a little bit of Tombow glue, all right, and just doing a little area at a time. Yeah, the paper is gorgeous in this suite. It really is. All right, let's see. We're going to also add some little leaves. So I think what we'll do is, I think we're going to come back and do the leaves at the end. I did have to fussy cut the little leaves, and I'm going to show you which designer paper that I used, okay? So we'll get back to those leaves because they kind of fill it in too. All right, so here's a little more Tombow glue. My biggest suggestion for making this is to stamp and punch all your leaves first. Okay, get those done. And then all you'll have to do is assemble your card. Okay, and let's see, another maple leaf. So the beauty of this is you can stamp them or you can punch them out of the designer paper. It's really up to you. You could even do a combination of both, all right? So we got the maple leaf. Let's go ahead and we'll get another acorn. And I'm going to tuck this one in about right here. So if you all like doing puzzles, you'll love this. All right, I'm going to add a little more Tombow glue again. So it's not too hard, right? Once everything is stamped and punched, it does come together very quickly. All right, so I'm going to put that maple leaf there, and now it's going to be time for another little acorn. They're actually pretty close together. All right, and if you are just joining us, be sure to watch the replay and check out the coffee carrier class that's coming up. Deadline to register is tonight, okay? Now we need another, let's see, let's do an oak leaf here. And it's like I did all my oak leaves in mint macaron ink, and then I did the maple ones in the Cajun Craze. Okay. And you're also taking your leaves and you are lining them up around this edge of the circle, okay? Yeah, the paper is more beautiful in person. I had a class last night. Nancy got to see it, and it's just, yeah, it's just super nice. I'm really having fun making cards with these. Now, next week, we're going to continue our fall theme, and we're going to work on another bundle called The Love of Leaves. So that's next Wednesday night, okay? We'll continue the fall trend here, our fall theme, and get all those fall cards in. All right, and now we've got, and then you can take your pick tool and kind of reposition things as you need to. All right, and we're going to go back to this oak leaf. And I'm going to put it right there. And now we're ready for the last bit of our Tombow glue. All right. So that didn't take too long, right? I don't think it's bad at all once everything is all stamped and punched for you. So you have to give this a try. All right, well, let's go ahead and we'll add another maple leaf and then an acorn. I just love the little acorns. They're so cute. All right. And I'm going to reposition this little acorn so see a little more of him. Okay, that's the other nice thing about using the Tombow. You can reposition these little pieces. All right, so another oak leaf. And then I'll kind of give you an idea about how many I used, okay? We will count them. All right. Now this card came from the mini catalog. I'm just making sure nothing's glued under here. So this was a sample from the mini, okay? Now let me show you this piece of paper. This designer paper here has these little leaves in it, okay? They're in Cajun Craze, and then they're also in the mint macaron, okay? And so you do have to fussy cut those leaves. And if you look in the sample, those leaves are tucked in here. So I've already taken the time to fussy cut these little leaves out, okay? And now I'm going to go back, and this time I think I'm going to use a glue dot. Let me try that, because basically we're tucking these in. So I think a glue dot will work the best for you. And here's the second mint macaron. You could also put just a tiny bit of glue, Tombow glue, on the edge of that if you wanted. Now I'm going to use the Cajun Craze. So this is a super simple card, ladies, for you all to do. I dropped my leaf. There it is. Now I'm going to layer these two leaves together. Okay, so see how I'm just kind of randomly tucking them in? And let's do another one. This is Cajun Craze as well. And I want to add it, like I really want to leave like up here. Let's see if I can do that. Now, if you want, you can add these little leaves as you go, okay, when you're making your little wreath, if you want. All right. Okay, I'm not so sure I like that one sticking out there. I'll have to wait and decide on that one. And let's see. Let me grab another one. They're getting very hard to pick up. And I'm going to tuck this one there, okay? And then I'm going to pick up another leaf. Let's see here. Thank you for sharing, Gail. And yes, please comment, ladies, so you can win this card this evening. Okay? All right, so I've added those there, and I'm going to add just a couple of more, okay? You might find it easier to add these as you go around and create your leaf. All right, and I actually think I'm good. I'm going to take that leaf off. I know what I'll do. I will add it down here. I'm going to tuck it in right under here. Okay, so it looks like, and I'll count for you. Jennifer says, I would stock up on this paper, so there's plenty to use with your punches later. It's just gorgeous. I know, it's really pretty paper, and I'll show you some. I'll show everybody the paper in just a second. All right, so as far as acorns, it looks like I've used 6. As far as oak leaves, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As far as maple leaves, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then as far as the little leaves that you have to fussy cut, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, but you can add as many of those as you need to. And then you just keep all your leftovers, all right? And you store them in little bags inside your stamp set. And then when you come back to this stamp set to create a new card, you've got everything right there, okay? All right, well, Carol, we're happy to have you even if you're late this evening. So, yeah, the mint macaron stew is just beautiful. Let's go ahead and stamp the greeting, and then I'm going to show you the paper, okay, the designer paper, in case you haven't seen it. You are going to want a banner that measures 3 1/4 inches by a 1/2 inch. And then we're going to use, if I can find it, we're going to use this punch here. It's called Banners Pick a Punch, and it coordinates with banner year. Now you can find this in the mini, okay? It's in the mini catalog, and I'm loving it. I love the words in it. I love the little, creatures in it. It's just adorable. So it's been a lot of fun to work with. So with this banner, you can have a banner with this end, which you can call it a fishtail or a banner. And then this banner here has like a point. And so I'm going to use the fishtail one. I'm going to put this 1/2 inch sheet of very vanilla cardstock in the guide as far as it will go. And I'm going to punch. And so now I've got that beautiful fishtail. I'm going to turn the banner around and slide it all the way in again as far as it will go. And now I've got the perfect little banner. Now we're going to use the words with a grateful heart. So let me find that. Let's see, we could also do Happy Thanksgiving. And you could even do Happy Fall, y'all, because all 3 of these are in this stamp set. All right, and I'm going to see if I can get this straight. All right, not too shabby, so I will keep that, and I put with a grateful heart. Jennifer says, I love this bundle. What color did you use for the acorns again? I used early espresso. All right, so that's a great question. And then Jennifer, I stamp off when I use the solid image, okay, to make it a little bit lighter, because I love all the detail, that's in the acorn and the leaves. All right, so it looks like we need a dimensional here. And I've got one in the middle, and then I'm just going to run this across. All right. Now, is there anyone who needed to see the measurements again? The punch is in the mini catalog, Simone. Excellent question. And I don't have my mini in front of me. So if somebody wants to give us the page number, it is a bundle. I'm so sorry. I usually try and have my catalog right here, and I've been doing really well with that for the last, few weeks. Banner year, and it's probably called the Banner Year Bundle, all right? So really good question there. Anyone need measurements? I'm gonna grab a quick sip of water, and we're gonna move into a little bit of home decor for the fall. Okay. So we will have a drawing this evening, and someone will get to take home this card, okay? Oh, it is. It's a very beautiful suite. That's what I was going to do. I was going to show you the designer paper again. So my designer paper is in a in a photo stand or sign stand, so it's a little bit of a glare. But here's the paper. You've got copper accents and gold accents. The paper comes 12 by 12 and it's double-sided. So this is one of the papers. This is another paper, and so on. Okay, so that's what the papers look like. And then the coordinating colors are down here. Cajun Craze, copper foil, crumb cake, early espresso, gold foil, mint macaron, and very vanilla. Okay, so beautiful suite. And if you're in my hostess club this week, ladies, we are using this suite and you're gonna absolutely love it. Okay, would you all like to see some more cards using this suite? I'll be happy to show you. You will remember last week we created this gift card using the very same suite. Now, if you missed the gift card last week, you can look on my Facebook page and you'll find the replay. And you can just re-watch it. It has measurements, okay? Everything you need to know about the gift card. You can also visit my blog and you'll find the supply list with measurements there, okay? The punches are on page 45. And I'm laughing at the bundle is on page 65, Simone, I think. All right. Yeah, get excited, Gail, because this is what we're working on. Okay, how about a few more cards with this suite? Now, this one I cased from another demonstrator. I cannot take the credit for this, and I'm looking. I did not write her name down, but I loved her card. And it is 4 1/4 by 4 1/4, so same size, okay? Now you're going to see these cards again on my blog, so that's why it's so important to join, you know, to visit my blog and to see what's going on over there, okay? It looks like the punch and stamp set are on page 65 of the mini catalog. Thank you so much, ladies, for looking that up tonight. Now this card I created, and I'm highlighting, you know, some of the designer paper that's in that pack, okay? So that's a card for you. And if you are one of my Hostess Club girls, we're making our very first slim line card. And here it is. So you're gonna learn how to measure and cut and score a slim line card. I'll give you the measurements, and then you're gonna put this together. So, and next week, when you come back, we're gonna make a slimline card, but we're gonna do a different one. I have another idea for one. So definitely visit next week, okay? Next Wednesday night at 7:30. All right, anybody have any questions before we move on? Let me know if there's a card or something you need to see. I'm gonna move some things out of my way. Okay, also in this same suite is the brushed metallic cardstock. And we've got gold, copper, and bronze. And ladies, we talked about this last week. These cardstocks are gorgeous. And they come 12 by 12. And you get two 12 by 12 sheets of gold, 2 of copper, and 2 of bronze. So you can't beat it. If you ordered my paper share, this brushed metallic cardstock is in the paper share, okay? Also, if you ordered a paper share, they shipped today. So you should have yours in about 2 days, okay? All right, well, we're gonna move on to something kind of fun. I was inspired at the Target dollar spot. Have you ever gone to Target, to the dollar spot, and found something and think, I can do something with that? That's kind of where my brain went last weekend. I got all these ideas in my head. So I'm going to show you what I came up with. I actually purchased these little books, and I'm going to show you what they look like, okay, before covering them. But I purchased these little books. They're $1 each and they open up. And I covered them in designer paper. And I embellished the spines. And then I created a cute tag. And that's it. So this would be really fun for you to display around your house for the fall. All right, you could keep it up right up until like December 1. All right, so let me show you what those books looked like. Here's one of them right here. It's got a skull and a raven, a spider, and bats. All right. And this is what it looks like. And it actually opens up. So you could cover it and you could put some goodies in it too, like a gift card. Oh my gosh, I just thought of that. So yeah, that's another option for you. I may have to do another one, ladies. One with a gift card. Just thinking. All right, here's another box. Enchantment and spells. I mean, you could, you know, display these just like they are. And then here's another one. They are $1 each in the dollar spot. Now, of course, it's going to depend on your Target. Some Targets had oodles of them. One Target I went to had one. So it's just going to depend on the Target, okay? And one other box that I found, potions, brews, and elixirs. So here's this one. Again, they open up. So I'm envisioning a gift card and some other cute stuff in there. So you may see one of these boxes next week too. All right. I did use an odd number. So that's what we're going to do this evening. They always say use odd numbers of things. I know, Simone. I said the same thing. Simone says Christmas ones look beautiful. Yes. And Simone, I told my daughter, we were together, I said, I could do this for Halloween, Christmas, Valentine's, Easter. So all kinds of ideas, different seasons that you can use them for. So, all right, so let me give you the measurements. I don't have this typed, okay? So I'm going to give you the measurement. Are you ready for this fancy piece of paper that I'm going to show you? You want to cut your designer paper 6 inches by 9 7/8, okay? So that's what you want to cut your designer paper. All right. So that's the big secret. Now, I chose 3 different designer papers this time, okay? I thought these would be really fun together. And, ooh, I think I'm going to do that. So maybe that one, all right? And so I've already cut it. Again, it's 6 inches by 9 7/8. And let me just show you my trimmer, and I'll show you where 9 7/8 is. Here is, I'm going to zoom in. All right. This is 9 inches right here. All right. 9 1/4, 9 1/2, 9 3/4, and this right here, ladies, is 9 7/8. It's 2 lines before 10 inches. All right, so that is 9 7/8 right there, just so you know. All right, yes, you've got to go to Target. Yes, and Margaret, I will tell you that the Target at Virginia Center Commons had plenty. All right, because I was there yesterday and I picked some more up, okay? So just an FYI. Ooh, what a great question, Mary Jo. Mary Jo just asked me, will a set of cards fit inside? Oh my gosh, let's measure, Mary Jo. All right, so the measurement is, it's 5 7/8 in here inside, or let's say 5 3/4. So why wouldn't our note cards fit in here? And look, the square card fits, ladies. Check that out. So the square card fits. Let me try a standard card. I never even thought of this. Oh my gosh, it fits. It fits. This is so cool. So now you can put a card inside. So cool. I love it. Okay. So let me just grab a sip of water. Now, this paper right here, the back is the houndstooth. So I'm going to do one, okay? I'm going to do 2 books using both sides of the paper, okay? I'm going to zoom out a little bit. Now, the first book that I covered, I used Tombow liquid glue with the designer paper. And I wasn't that happy with it. I had a lot of wrinkles, okay? So I know, Mary Jo, I'm sending everybody to Target tomorrow. I did find, ladies, that the Stamp and Seal Plus worked amazing with the designer paper and the books, okay? So I would recommend this. You can definitely use tear and tape, okay? Yeah, send your daughter to the Target, Joanne. Absolutely. Okay, so 2 ways to do this. We could actually put the Stamp and Seal on the designer paper, or we could put it on the book. All right, so you've got 2 options. I think I've done it both ways. So let me do it this way, and then on the next one, we'll do it the other way. All right, so I'm just getting my Stamp and Seal on the edge. All right, so you want it close to the edge. I love the Stamp and Seal Plus. It glides beautifully. Love it. Okay, and then we're going to do this side. And I don't do the entire book. I'll do the front, then I do the spine, then I do the back. Okay, so that's kind of how I do it. All right, so we're going to start with this paper. Ooh, Jennifer says, I saw books like this at the Dollar Tree too, and I didn't know what to do with them, but love the idea of a set of cards, a gift card, and some sweets. You know what, Jennifer? It's a box of sunshine, isn't it? These would be perfect boxes of sunshine. Ladies, I got to go back to Target. I'm thinking all kinds of things. Don't buy all those books without me. Okay, so what I've done here is I've just covered the front, okay? And by the way, somebody's going home with this tonight. Yes, I'm gonna mail this. Someone is going to win this home decor piece tonight. All right, so that's done. See how quick that is? Now I'm going to take the Stamp and, I almost said Stamp and Blend. This is the Stamp and Seal Plus. And I'm going to run it along the spine, okay? Just like that. And then I'm going to fold, okay? I'm doing it just like this. And just rub it, because you're getting those score lines in there, okay? Oh, where is our closest Target? I know, we might have to go tonight, right? But doesn't Target have limited hours now? Don't they close by 10? All right, now we're going to do the back of our book. This is so easy with the Stamp and Seal, ladies. It just is not any faster or any easier. Tombow liquid glue is slower, and so is tear and tape. I'm just saying. All right, now we're going to bend this over, okay? And we're going to cover this. And ladies, I'm done. How long did that take us? A couple minutes? Look how beautiful this book is. I love it. I love it. Okay, so that's the first one. Now let's do the second. We'll do this one, and we're going to do the houndstooth pattern, okay? Thank you, Pam. It is so easy. Oh my gosh. I'm going to do some Christmas ones, so we'll definitely have to do a Christmas one for Facebook Live. Loving that Stamp and Seal. Put that on your list, okay? You got to have it on your list. We're doing the houndstooth. And so now I'm going to lay that here. So actually applying the Stamp and Seal right to the box, that's pretty easy. I'd kind of stick with that. So, all right. And you can display these in your home. Give them as gifts. Put goodies inside. All right, so now I'm doing the spine, and I just rub that a little bit, okay? I'm so glad everybody likes this idea. I'm like, I hope they like this. I mean, it's just a tiny bit of stamping involved, but it's fun. Something different. All right, so that's it. And now I'm gonna bend this over. All right, and there we go. All right. I'm just thinking, can I lift that up a little bit? Nah, I'm gonna keep it. All right. So that's our second box, okay? Oh, Joanne, what a fabulous idea. You could make some tags and put them inside. Absolutely. Oh, hey, Connie. Connie, I am showing these ladies, this is what we're making tonight. I am sure that you saw the picture. And the books came from the Target dollar aisle. They're Halloween ones. They are $1 each, okay? So you are caught up. You have not missed anything, all right? And what we're doing is we're just covering the books. I will give you measurements. 6 inches for your designer paper, 6 inches by 9 7/8 of an inch. That's what you want your designer paper measurement to be, okay? So that's the big secret. I know I'm covering up the I know I did, but Joyce, here's the metallic side and then here's the opposite side. So it's okay, right? It's okay that I did that now. I know it's hard to cover up the metallic. Absolutely. This is a great idea to use with your retired designer paper. You know, go back to the old Halloween, the old fall paper, and use those, you know, and put tags inside or cards or gift cards, candy. All right. So here we go. I've added my Stampin' Seal Plus. This is what I recommend for this project because it makes it fast. All right, we're going to use the acorns. This nothing says fall like acorns and leaves. Then I'm just going to rub this on here to make sure that my paper adheres to the Stampin' Seal Plus. All right. Ladies, you need to message, you know what, tomorrow I want you to comment on this post if you found some books, okay? I would love to know. I think I'm causing a frenzy. So let me know if you end up at Target tomorrow, will you please? That would just crack me up. All right, last part. We're gonna add the Stampin' Seal Plus here. Oh my gosh, this has never been easy. If we were doing tear and tape, we'd still be applying the tape, and Tombow, we'd still be waiting for it to dry. All right, so now we're gonna fold this just like this. All right, hi Billy, welcome. So that's the acorn. So we've got the mint macaron and copper foil. We've got the acorns and leaves, and then we've got houndstooth. What do you think of this grouping? Like it? All right. Oh gosh, I love it. Okay, now let me show you how fun it is to make the little spine, the tags on the spines, okay? I used Banner Year. I told you I'm loving this. I'm using Happy Fall, y'all. I'm using With a Grateful Heart, and I'm using Happy Thanksgiving. All right. So it's got some awesome words on here for the spines of the book, and we're going to use the punch as well. Okay. Pam, I didn't know that about Target. Target restocks their shelves every Thursday morning. I'll be darned. I had no idea. Okay, well, I'm going tomorrow. All right, so let me tell you These are the wrong banners, so hang tight. Did I not cut my, I did cut, oh, I cut banners. Here they are, sorry. Okay, so this is the banner size we're gonna use. Let me give you measurements. And this is a 1/2 inch wide, all right? And then the length is probably gonna vary, but if you cut it out about 4 inches, you're gonna be absolutely fine, all right? So do that. And then I'm actually going to put this in the 1/2 inch guide, and I'm gonna use this end, okay? Whoops, that's the end I'm gonna use. And I'm gonna insert this guide all the way, and I'm gonna punch. And then we're gonna take, let's take early espresso, because that'll show up on the spines. And let's do with a grateful heart. Now I'm gonna stamp it close to the end that I just punched, okay? All right, so that's with a grateful heart. And the second one, let's see, let me get another piece of paper. This is very vanilla cardstock. Let me go ahead and punch. Let's do that. All right. I'm loving these punches. This is like 6 punches in one. All right. There we go. Okay, so this one's going to be Happy Fall, y'all. And again, I'm going to kind of stamp it close to the punched end. Okay. And then one more. This is Happy Thanksgiving, because I was kind of making this a fall theme. I really want to make a Halloween one. Okay, so that's done. And now we're going to take my little trimmer, my little cutie trimmer here, and I'm just going to trim off the edge a little bit. And I'll show you in just a second about how much I do. I'm going to make it like that. So I've got a little bit of space over here at the end, okay? All right, and now I'm gonna do the same. And I'm just eyeing it. I have no idea what the measurement is at all. Just leaving that little bit of space at the end. And then with the grateful heart. I want to make a Halloween one. Did I already say that? I probably did. So that'll be my next project. Okay, let's pop this up with dimensionals. It looks better popped up. I had taped it onto the spines and I didn't like it. And then I went back and popped it up. I'm like, that looks good. I like that. And here's Happy Thanksgiving. All right, now we're gonna put these on here. And they're different size banners, and that's okay. Ooh, Jennifer said, I just ordered a box of 32 books at Dollar Tree on their website. Awesome, Jennifer. And Jennifer, I'm assuming they're probably about the same size. That's what I'm thinking. All right, that's with a grateful heart. All right, let's see. And I'm gonna do Happy Fall, y'all. I'm sorry, you can't even see what I'm doing. Okay. And the last one, we'll do Houndstooth, and this one is Happy Thanksgiving, okay? All right. Yeah, Target had some super cool things on the, at the dollar spot. Okay, so ladies, we're now ready to bundle this with ribbon, okay? And you know I love ribbon, and so I'm gonna use mint macaron, okay? You know what I might, no, I'm gonna leave it. I could do it like this. I could stack it like this. But I love the foil. We want that foil to show, right, Joyce? We need the foil to show. Okay, Now this, I'm just taking the mint macaron ribbon. This is the combo ribbon that's part of this suite, okay? And let's see here. Let me go ahead and cut some. I have no idea how much I cut. You probably want to cut about 24 inches maybe. All right. And I'm just tying it in a bow. And then I'm going to fool with this bow until I get it like I want it. Now, when I ship this, I will separate the books, okay? I have an idea how I'm going to ship it. That'll make it work. And this is one of the prizes tonight, so you want to hang on to the end, okay? Make sure you comment. If you're brand new tonight, say hello and let us know where you're from. You need to comment to be in tonight's drawing, okay? All right, so what do you think? Isn't that pretty? Now we're gonna do a fun tag, all right? And then we'll be done. Now I've taken the Cajun Craze, and I also have a stitched shaped circle. This is very vanilla. And then this leaf right here is from the Love of Leaves. Now next week, we're going to dive into this bundle. It has some amazing dies. And as you can see, not only did it cut it out, but I have stitching in the leaves, okay? So next week, we're gonna do a slim card with this bundle. So don't miss that, okay? All right, well, let's go ahead. This is super easy to put together. We're gonna pop it up, of course. All right. And I'm gonna put it about right there. So that means I am going to cut off the stem a little bit, all right? So about right there. And then I'm gonna pop it up again onto the cardstock. Now, you know what I forgot to bring over here is my hole punch. So I will have to hole punch it later. I'll show you the sample. What I did was, there's a hole punch under there. And I just ran linen thread through that hole punch, okay? That's all I did. And actually, you know what? I'll get the punch now, okay? So hang tight. Let me get the punch. Okay, I'm back. I'm going to show you how to do this in case you've never done it before. That's my hole punch. No big deal. You can use any size hole punch. And then you want to take some linen thread. I will also send the ribbon in the mail as well. Peggy says, if I win, you can bring it to me Saturday. I love it. Oh, Melissa, it's so cool. I'm so glad you joined us tonight. Please come back every Wednesday at 7:30, Central New York. I always love to see where everyone is from. All right, I'm just centering this, ladies. Okay, that's all I've done there. And I'll just go ahead and I'm going to tie this to the bow. All right, and I'm just gonna put a little bow here again. I'm not even gonna knot it, all right? Yeah, you all make those comments because we're having a drawing in just a few minutes for this little cutie. All right, now I'm gonna show you something. I don't think we've done this before. I'm taking the linen thread and I've got 2 strands together, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tie a bow, and then I'm going to make that bow smaller. All right, hang tight. So basically I tied a bow with 2 strings at one time. That's really what I did. And that's what it looks like. Now I'm going to separate these 2 loops. All right. And let me separate the other 2. And for those I see in class this week, pay attention because you're going to get to do this with your card, okay? So now look what I've got. All right, I've got that double bow, and I'm going to take glue dots, or a glue dot, and I'm going to attach it to the leaf. All right, so that you can see that. Let me separate them a little bit again. So you get this double bow, okay? Now, one more thing to stamp. Chris, I'm so glad you like it. Air bows, I love it. Yes, my air bows. Now, this sentiment, have a beautiful day, is from the suite or the bundle we've been using tonight, okay? Beautiful autumn. And I am just going to stamp right across there. And now I'm going to show you another little trick. All right. Now to make the fishtail here, I'm just going to trim that a little bit. I am going to take my scissor points and cut in the middle. And then I am going to take my scissors and go from the point up to that middle. All right, and it cuts that out. And then I'm cutting that out. So now you can see my little fishtail, okay? And you can even doctor it up and make it a little bit better if you want. And so let me do this side too. Same thing, okay? I'm doing the very same thing. All right, and then we're gonna pop this up, but we're gonna need some minis. And I'm gonna put these words towards the center. Ooh, this is really tiny, tiny, tiny. All right. And then I'm going to peel that off, and this is going to be embellished right across the leaf.